If you're practicing blindfold chess, many people tell you the same thing. You need to memorize the color of every single square. So you download an app, grind flashcards, learn odd-even tricks, and waste hours trying to drill it into your brain. But honestly, that is a terrible way to learn. Don't get me wrong, knowing your square colors is a superpower. If your opponent only has a light-squared bishop left, putting your rook on a dark square means it's safe forever. It's essential, but you don't need to do training with such focus on color. In this video, I'm going to show you a single image. Once you see it and understand the simple logic behind it, you'll instantly know the color of any square on the board, without ever having to study again. To understand this trick, we actually have to look at an unexpected place: the input system for blindfold-chess-app. When you use this app, you don't type in coordinates. You select your square by tapping the corners of your screen. Your first tap selects a large 4x4 quadrant of the board. Your second tap narrows it down to a 2x2 subquadrant. And your third tap drops the piece on the exact 1x1 square. Because players use this system constantly, their brains automatically map the board into these 2x2 blocks. And once you visualize the board this way, the colors come completely for free. Look closely at these 2x2 blocks. Notice the pattern. It doesn't matter where you are on the board. Inside any of these perfectly aligned 2x2 squares, the top left and bottom right corners are always white, and the top right and bottom left are always black. Every single time. So, you don't need to memorize 64 individual squares anymore. If you visualize that 2x2 grid, the split second you know where a square sits inside its little block, you instantly know its color. So, how do you make this 2x2 map automatic? You don't do it with coordinate tricks. You just train the input system itself. Inside blindfold-chess-app, there is a training mode called Quadrant Race. The concept is incredibly simple. The app throws all 64 squares at you in a completely random order, and your goal is to tap them out using the quadrant system as fast as humanly possible. At first, you might have to think about where a square lives. But as you race the clock, your brain stops calculating. Because you are physically tapping the quadrants, you are forcing your brain to build a direct spatial map. You track your total time and your time per square, watching yourself get faster. And as that time drops, something amazing happens. When you hear a square like B3, you don't think about the letters and numbers anymore. You instantly picture the physical location in a 2x2 subquadrant, and you just know its color. The color comes completely for free. So, it turns out the fastest way to master square color awareness isn't to study colors at all, but to do just a little game called Quadrant Race. Your brain takes care of the rest.